was born in Beijing, China. That little girl's name was Yimo Yang, or as we know her as, Connie. Connie is now 19 years old and still lives in Beijing, China with both of her parents. To her dismay, Connie does not have any siblings. She also does not have any pets, but if she could have one, she wouldn't mind a cat or a dog. But she would want the most would be a sheep. Connie has many hobbies that she likes to do with her friends and family, including frisbee and hiking. One of her favorite places she hiked with her parents was the tallest mountain in Beijing, called Lingshan Mountain. When on her own, Connie really enjoys singing, drawing, watching music videos, and photography. She started drawing when she was 5 years old, and she still tries to draw as much as she can in her free time. When Connie was in middle school, she became interested in photography because she started bird watching, and she still does. Connie doesn't play many sports, but she does really enjoy running. She's even thinking about joining our track team here at St. Paul in the spring. When she was younger, Connie once had a scary experience with the sport football, where she was almost decapitated by one. It's pretty terrifying if you ask me. Something Connie dislikes is loud places, which is a reason Connie is enjoying her transition here in Concordia. Back in Beijing, her school was near a lot of historical sites, which brought in a lot of tourists. The quietness in Concordia is a good change from the noisy and crowding streets of Beijing for Connie. Connie's been going to school for 13 years. Before coming here, Connie was going to a private international school called U-Link High School of Beijing. Her teachers from all around the world were from all around the world, while the students were all from China, like Connie herself. She had many friends in her class, but only 3 of them were Christian. I asked Connie what she was most excited about being here at St. Paul. She told me she was really excited to go to church. Connie's been a Christian since she was 7 years old and was baptized on Christmas Eve of 2006. Growing up in China meant that it was very hard for her to go to church. Because of China's government policies, it's illegal for Connie to share the gospel outside of her church, including the fact that since their church was very small and it is hard for her to find a place to worship, they used to worship in a small building surrounded by people who used to get annoyed with their loud singing of hymns. So Connie is very excited to be able to come in here and sing at our church as loud as she can. Although going to church in China was very different, Connie still loves her church and fellow members. She also loves going to Bible studies and used to go to one every Thursday back at her home. In Connie's school in China, some of her teachers were actually Christians and missionaries. Normally, the teachers are forbidden to talk about Christianity, but on Christmas, one of the teachers shared the story of Jesus. This made Connie very happy and excited that someone else knew of Jesus and shared her beliefs in Christianity. In fact, as a future career, Connie wishes to be a missionary when she's older. After being restricted for years, Connie wants to spread Christianity and God's word with the world. I also asked what was very important to Connie, and she said, in her very own words, "There is a God-shaped hole in my heart, therefore Jesus is really important to me." When I met Connie, knowing she was from China, I already knew that her culture and experiences were going to be very different from my own, but I discovered that we actually have a lot in common. I'm so glad I got to know this sweet girl who loves music, art, God, and sheep, named Connie.
Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause.